parallels with the Goodfellows Initiative, one finds the spirit of adaptability, resilience, and forward thinking. Much like the soldiers who earned this medal, confronting challenges head-on and adapting to new realities, the Goodfellows exemplify these qualities in the realms of global wealth. Thus, the Goodfellows Awards' significance magnifies, intricately weaving together past, present, and future in a relentless pursuit of excellence and duty. It is my honor to present the George V Kaiser Hind Afghanistan Northwest Frontier Medal of 1919 to Jackie Siegel by our chairman, Lakshmi.
There are 4 layers in life. The first layer is all about income, income, income. We say money, 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 honey, money. The second layer is about an identity. The third layer is about an influencing. The fourth layer is an inspiration. 0.1% of the people reach that inspiration layer. We have you in that 0.1% as an inspiration for us. Let me introduce Jackie Siegel, American socialite, TV personality, Mrs. Florida Beauty Pageant Director, one of the main subject directors, 2020 documentary film, The Queen of Versailles, Board of Directors at Westgate Resorts and Ocean Thrift Mart, and founded the charity Local Helping Locals. Ladies and gentlemen, please give her a big hand, welcoming Jackie Siegel.
Thank you.
Jackie, please share your journey.
Well, in my life, I have it in my blood that I've always wanted to give back in this world. Even as a young girl and from humble means, I started volunteering. It wasn't even a job, it was volunteering at the hospital as a candy striper. So it's something I've always wanted to do. And then through the course of my life, we built a beautiful, wonderful family together with my husband, a very successful business. And we had the opportunity to always be involved in giving back to the community. And I didn't realize at the time how important and impactful you can be by changing lives in the community, until we lost our 18-year-old daughter from the drug epidemic that's going on in America 8 years ago. And fortunately for my husband is a very influential man, and we decided we weren't going to let our daughter die in vain, because all of the money in the world couldn't bring her back, but we can give back and save other parents the grief and give them the warning signs about their children and sparing them, their children, from the drug overdose death. And that's when my husband, he had 2 piles of paper on his desk. One was for running his business, Westgate Resorts, and the other pile of paper was for Victoria's Voice Foundation, which we named in honor of our daughter. He said, this one makes money, this pile saves lives. He took this pile that made money, sent it off to his executives. He said, you run the company. Me and my wife, Jackie Siegel, are spending the rest of our living days on this planet Earth to save lives through our foundation.
We need more people like her, like your husband, in this world. At the age of 27, you won the Mrs. Florida American Beauty Pageant Award, and you eventually become a director. What have been the significant consequences or impacts on your life since winning this title?
Well, you can get a lot of criticism out there for being a TV personality. We have a documentary. I'm also on a TV show called The Queen of Versailles Reigns Again. And we're also going to be the subjects of a documentary on Broadway. Christian Chenoweth is going to play me, the Queen of Versailles. and Stephen Schwartz is the composer. So it's pretty much like, for us, it's a lifetime achievement to have that, because not that many people have Broadway shows about them. It's going to be an icon. And in the Broadway show, it's my story. We built in the Victoria's Voice Foundation and my daughter Victoria to carry on her legacy and how fragile these teenage lives are. And when my daughter passed away, we found her diary, and she had told one of her friends that if she died from an overdose, that she wanted me to publish her diary. So it took me a few years to bring it out, but we put her diary in the form of a book for to share with the rest of the world, for other parents to see what can be going on inside of their own teenagers' minds, like about the struggles in school. And all the warning signs are in here. And it starts from when she's 12 years old, from before she did drugs. It's called My Life as a Teenager in here. And everything is just copied. And that's all her handwriting. And as this progresses, when she's on drugs, you can see her handwriting getting worse. So I really want this to be an eye-opener. We give them for free. Mina Lou is in the back here, and we'll be around during lunch. If anyone wants one of these books, we will mail you one. And really have it be an eye-opener, because me and my husband, we did not see the warning signs. We didn't know our daughter was doing drugs behind closed doors. And we want to share that with everyone.
We understand the pain. Someone told me an acronym for diary, maybe 10 years back. We commonly see a diary as just a piece of notes, somebody keep track of things. But the acronym is Dear, I Always Remember You. I can just reflect it, how good it's connecting me. So the whole life you're remembering her, and you converted the diary as a book. It's a big gift, even though she is not with us now, but she is still living in some other way with you. You have met and interacted with people around the world from across all divides. What would you say the most interesting person you have came across?
Oh my gosh, I meet so many interesting people, but I really have to say the most interesting people to me are the people that I wouldn't have met if I didn't lose my daughter, because I'll be anywhere I go. I mean, I've had 3 people come up to me today that have lost someone in their life, and it just makes me feel so good that those are the interesting people for me. Those are the people that we're impacting. And I don't know who else, a famous person. I met too many of them. I wouldn't want them to get jealous, like if I mention one and not the other. I mean, I could be up here all day.
So you said something interesting. You said, my husband is the most influential person. You are an influential person. You are still a celebrity. How do you use your celebrity status for impacting life, touching people's life?
See, that's another thing. At first, like my husband, he didn't really want me to be on screen and doing all this, because I was a mother raising all the children, and fortunately, now being a celebrity, it's given me the resources and the voice to go out there and be able to speak to people. And now he's happy that I did it, in the hindsight. But we have our foundation. We have do public service announcements all across America, the commercials. We also have speakers that go to 3 schools a day all across the country. So we've got like a whole campaign. And through my beauty pageant system, through Mrs. America, all of the women, they are all mothers, and they all go out and speak in their local chapters in their communities. So we have like all these like warriors out there saving lives. And the big thing now is the fentanyl, because what we have to tell people, you don't even take a Tylenol from someone that you don't know. I have a friend that she lost her son. He was 42 years old, never did a drug, and he was helping a neighbor right before Christmas last year to shovel the neighbor's driveway. He threw out his back, and the neighbor says, "Here, take this, it's a Percocet." Well, the Percocet was laced with fentanyl. He had gotten it off the street from someone who gave it to someone, okay? And this father, 42 years old, newlywed, a 6-month-old child, passed away. So it can happen that quickly. So it's not just our youth that's affected by the fentanyl on the streets. It can also be adults. And I've met, like, everywhere I go, it's almost like one of those questions when you go to a benefit for cancer and they say, if anyone knows anyone or is a survivor of cancer, raise your hand. And basically the whole room raises their hand. And it's now like that with the drug epidemic. It's like everyone, if it's not them or someone in their family, they know someone who's been affected or has already passed away, unfortunately.
This is a gathering of asset managers around the world. The Siegel family endowment believes philanthropy is society's risk capital. How can investing in research and development for the social sector effectively catalyze transformative changes? Do you measure the impact that you people creating? Is there a way that you publish or you people tell them, this is the impact we created, this is the number of people's life that we have changed in this year?
Sometimes it's, when you're saving lives, sometimes it's hard to actually quantify it. But what we do have some way to gauge it. We also are responsible for getting the CARA Act passed, which we went to Washington, D.C. a few months after our daughter passed away. And this is naloxone, and also known as Narcan. And this is the antidote that brings people back to life during a drug overdose from opioids. And you just administer it in their nose, and it gives you time to get them to the hospital. Just one example of how we can quantify the lives being saved. I'm friends with the sheriff of Seminole County in Florida, Sheriff Lima, who's an amazing man. He was the first police officer to get all the naloxone to every police officer in his community there. And he came up to me. He said this year he's used it over, his force have used it over 700 times this year. So in my heart, I know somewhere in those 700 people that those lives were saved. And that's just one county. Now this Narcan is being more like you can get it at the pharmacies. I know Publix, where we live, have it. And we give it away for free. So, and I encourage people, even if you don't, like some of these parents, if they don't have the money to give, like financially, you have a voice. And you can go out there and continue giving the warning signs and warn people about the fentanyl on the streets.
What would one advice or one sharing that you would like to tell this audience that the drug prevention can happen across the U.S. in a faster, it will happen over a period of time, but we need it faster, quicker, better?
Well, the drug epidemic is definitely getting worse, especially with the borders, they're bringing the fentanyl over. You have to warn your kids. Even a vape that they get from school, the vapes that they get on the street or through their classmates, they're selling like one toke, one inhale for like $1. But some of these are laced with fentanyl, and they're playing Russian roulette, so it just can happen that fast. I have a friend whose son did it. He thought he was getting a regular nicotine, and it was fentanyl, and he survived, but he's basically brain dead for the rest of his life, a 15-year-old kid, and it happened within a minute.
With all this really concerned stories or impact of people's life, how do you sleep?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't sleep a lot, but I think by devoting my life to saving lives has definitely given me peace with the loss of my daughter, and knowing that I can help other people to prevent them from going through the lifelong grief. Because unfortunately, I also have a documentary on called The Princess of Versailles that shows me and my husband and my family going through the grieving process from when our daughter died. That could be helpful for if you know anyone that's involved in doing drugs, because the person that dies of the drug overdose, I mean, they're up in heaven. It's the family, the best friends, that suffer for the rest of their lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a big hand for Jackie Siegel for today. Thank you so much, Jackie, for being with us and sharing your inspiring story to everyone. Thank you.
And if anyone wants one of these books, Mina Lou is in the back there. Mina, wave your hand. She'll send you one in the back corner.
I should say, Mina Lou, we selected her for an Icon Award. She refused to accept it. She said, more than me, Jackie Siegel needs this. She needs this recognition. She has been dedicated her whole life to serving this community. That's how we ended up meeting Jackie Siegel in the last 72 hours. But we are very humbled for being here today and sharing this inspiring story with every one of us. Thank you, Jackie.
Thank you so much, Lucky.
Thank you. Thank you.